Yes, people, how are we? How are we today? How are we tonight? Liverpool 1, Arsenal no. Zilch, get in. Get the fuck in there. Finally, we won. We beat them. The first time at Anfield since 2021, I think it was, and we beat them 4-0. Very, very pragmatic game of football today, as I predicted. If you check the watch alongs yesterday, I said it'll be a stink fest today, and it was. A very, standoff type of game of football, game of chess or whatever. Both teams hesitant to actually, roll the dice or take a risk. And, people like that's it's mad for us, to be honest. Like, we're at Anfield. Um, we're letting Arsenal play their game, especially in the first half, passing around for fun. Okay, they made a couple of mistakes here and there, but that's what we relied on to get our goals from. Um, obviously, we had a couple of chances and all that here and there when they made a mistake, but obviously we never made them pay. Um, but I said at half time, it will take one moment of magic to win this game. A moment of brilliance from Sobosai, Salah, Ekatike Verts, any one of them to do something to unlock this game because it wasn't a good watch. Let's be honest. It was quite boring. Let's be real, especially from a neutral standpoint. Like if you don't support Liverpool or Arsenal and you're watching this game today, when Sky Sports have been hyping it up all week to make out it's some sort of like blockbuster event and all that. Um, you know, you were left disappointed today. Apart from big Dominic Soboslai's free kick, bro. Wow. I still haven't digested that goal. That's that's crazy. When he was stepping up, I was like, nah, like he's never scored one of them for us. He scored open play goals, but not set piece goals. And how ironic is it that they were playing for set pieces all game, and we were the ones that won by a set piece? You couldn't write this shit, could you, people? You couldn't write this shit. That is absolutely crazy. And like I said at half time, it takes one moment of magic to win the game. Soboslai does what on earth was that free kick? Knuckleballed it off the post and in. Keeper had absolutely no chance. By the way, big shout out to Kirkes as well. What a game Kirkes had today. Kirkes and Soboslai, both of the fullbacks. I thought defensively today we were good. We were very solid. We limited Arsenal to second to no chances, really. They didn't really offer much on the attack, but they're a defensive team anyway. But offensively, we weren't there, people. It weren't quite clicking. But I'm sure, we'll get there sooner or later, hopefully. But that is a massive win today. That is an absolutely massive, massive win. The first three games we haven't played amazing at all, but we still grinded the 3 points out of all three of them. And to keep a clean sheet today, yeah, that's massive. That is massive. Tough game, man. Arsenal, it's I don't like playing against them. I don't. They make it rough, they make it tough, and they know the dark arts of the game, so to say. Um, but we held our own today. But it's not normal seeing us get pegged back a little bit at Anfield. They'll play in their game, passing it round, doing whatever, doing what they need to do, trying to slow the game down, trying to be pragmatic. Trying to make it dull kind of thing. £1 billion spent, and they're playing like Stoke City. You know what I mean? But we found a way, and the quality of that free kick was insane, absolutely insane. There's actually not really much to say about the game, to be honest. Like if you watch the whole game, you'd know straight away that like there's nothing really to digest from that. It was 0-0 until the 83rd minute. It was just kind of like a standoff type of game. We should have took more risks. I thought this is what we're used to anyway. You come to Anfield, you're getting a hard time. Simple as. Well, they did get a hard time today because they didn't really create nothing and they lost. But it's kind of like relentless, innit? We're right on top of them. But as soon as the crowd, started getting going today, as soon as we started hearing the chants and all that, the cop was going, the stand was going, the whole ground was going off. That's when we started to play better. The whole first half, it was just very nothing, nothing about it. Second half, we woke up around the hour mark, something like that, and we started to play better. Who would have knew, people? The 12th man came into full force today, and that is why we need Anfield to get us through these games. Because if we want to win this title this year, we have to win them games at home. We have to win them. Yeah, a draw is not good enough. Not good enough. They would have took a draw all day. They would have been made up at that, but not us. We had to win that game today, and we did. And I'm so made up that we did win that game because, you have to win them. I wouldn't mind this so much if we were away at the Emirates, given the circumstances, early on in the season. It's still a lot of time to go type of thing. Yeah, that's fine. But when we have them at Anfield very early on, you got to win. Because come the end of the season, that will tally up. I'm very sure of that, and, we got the job done. Szobo, mate, bro, we are a different team when he plays. And I'm sorry if I slandered him last season in some games, but it's very noticeable that, we are a better team when he plays. Having his legs on the pitch, honest to God, much better team. Even at right back, my granddad said, he was wasted at that position. Yes, he was. He should be in the middle of the park, pulling the strings and all that, but he done a very fucking good job at right back today. So did Milos Kerkez at left back. Kanate had a good game. Hopefully his injury's not too serious, by the way. And Saliba's for Arsenal as well. Hopefully that's all good. Van Dijk, very solid. Alisson, very solid today. And I was worried about the defence today. I said last night, you can let you go on my streams last night, I said we're going to concede first. We will concede goals today. But we never. We actually kept it very solid. Obviously, going forward down the other end, we weren't too great. But, it took one moment of magic to win the game. And we did it. And Szobo did it. And fuck me, Jesus Christ, what a free kick. What a free kick. Like, that is mad. That'll be on Twitter for years, honest to God. It'll be on there for years. That is an insane free kick. Absolutely insane. And, yeah, man, I'm glad that we won the game. Arsenal can lose that Big Six trophy that they hold on to. We've never lost against the Big Six in so many years. Well, guess what? You've lost now. So, kind of hold that. Who cares? It's over. It's over. That trophy is now gone that you held on to for your dear life. In other news, Isak and Gay. Oh, I think they will be ours, 100%. I think it's getting longed out till deadline day, as expected, people. It is what it is, isn't it? It's the very long sagas they are, but the very big signings as well. And obviously, it'll be worth the wait. Some people are feeling frustrated. I get that. I understand it. But if you put two and two together, type of thing, why did we do all this to make Isak go on strike? Well, we didn't make him go on strike, but he felt like he had to, type of thing, like he wanted to, for whatever, to try and get his move to us. Hasn't happened as of yet. I really hope it does, by the way. I really do. But I just think, like, all this wouldn't happen if he weren't coming to us by the end of the window. Obviously, Mark Gay, he's still playing for Palace, scored today, by the way. What a banger that was. But I still think he'll be ours as well. Money talks, people. Money talks. Put the money on the table. It is what it is, isn't it? And a massive big up to Craig Hope as well. Big up to him. What a fucking journalist. What a journalist. Honest to God. Like, I didn't actually know him really before the whole Isak thing, but obviously, since it's all kicked off and all that, I've read into his exclusives, his articles, his YouTube videos. Also, check his channel out, people, if you haven't already. Newcastle reporter, journalist, but he keeps it real. He tells you what is factual. Yeah. Realist, not a fantasist type of person. Yeah. If you don't like to hear it, then it is what it is. He's just giving you, the truth of what he's been told. So, big up to him. And I love his, his scoops and his exclusives. And, they're good to read, man. And he's good to listen to as well. Got a great channel. Obviously, I'm a baby baby channel compared to his. But obviously check it out, people. It's his news is great. I do appreciate it. I really do. But yeah, people, let's fucking go, Reds. Big win today. And hopefully we can top it off with getting Isak over the line tomorrow and Mark Gay. And that will actually be a really fucking good window. To be honest, people, a really good window. Because if we don't get them two, that's how fine the line is right now. You know what I mean? Get them two over the line. It's sweet. If you don't get them over the line, then boy, it'll show in the season why we needed them two players. So take it easy. Big love to everyone that likes, comments, shares, subscribes. Appreciate all yous, and take it easy. I'll catch yous in the week for more watch alongs. Up the Reds. Let's fucking go. Come on.